Hi guys, it's Gav here from dartsplanet.tv, and as you can see, I've got the wonderful Max with me again. Thank you for joining me.
My pleasure as always.
As you can see from the headline there, we are talking about the world number 3, Peter Snakebite Wright. For all of you that watch the channel, you'll know that I love everything darts. And I was reading an article on the PDC website, Max, and the headline says, Bullish Wright believes his best is yet to come. It then goes on to say he believes he's on the cusp of returning to his brilliant best over the coming months, insisting that he can regain the world number 1 spot again in 2024. Now, like I said, currently Wright is number 3 on the PDC order of merit. Not sure if you know this stat or not, but if his form don't pick up after the Worlds, he could provisionally drop down as low as the world number 14. I'm going to hit you with a question straight away, and then we're going to dissect it. So just a simple yes or no, Max. Can Peter Wright in 2024 regain the world number 1 spot?
As a simple yes or no, I'll say no.
Okay, so let's get into this and dissect it, because I'm sure you're going to have lots to say on that. Obviously, we know at the moment Wright is going through a really, really rough patch. It's pointless as talking about, do you know what? It's pointless talking about his equipment and his darts and him tinkering. It's boring. It happens all the while. He'll never change, but he has had loads and loads of under par performances. We're just having a quick look at his 2023 so far. In January, obviously won the Nordic Darts Masters, and he also won his 8th European title at the Czech Darts Open in May. You can see some of the other stats in front of you, some of his other performances.
Obviously had an absolute nightmare in the Premier League. Didn't do well at all. Only won like 5 matches. Well behind Dobie. He was on 14 points, and sort of like Wright was down there, sort of like 5 points behind him. But you sort of like said about his equipment and all that. Yes, he changes a lot and everything. Personally, you know how many times I've changed my darts over the last year. You're always trying to perfect your setup, your equipment, everything like that. So it does make a really, really big difference. And he is a perfectionist. The amount of times he changes, he is always trying to.
Yeah, but not every. I agree, but not every player do this, do they? And look at what Wright's won. He can win something massive like the Worlds and then still change them. Yes, he's won a lot, and nobody can deny that. But how much has he actually lost through messing about doing this?
Oh yeah, some of the choices he's made, like when he changed from his straight barrel, the gold diamond grip ones, he swapped for that and went to a bomb shape. You know, that to me was a little bit crazy. At the end of the day, he was playing fantastic with them. Maybe tweak them. Don't change the whole dart. Me personally, I can't say much. I've changed dart shapes, I've changed weights, I've changed styles. Somebody like him, he can change a set of darts, still hit 100%, 100 plus averages, you know. But I think it got to the point where he changed one thing, he changed another, and then he felt he had to change something else.
Yeah, but has he become? Sorry, I know we keep going over this, but I have to stress enough. Some of these comments, we've been here before with Peter Wright a few years ago. Is he almost fooling people? You know, do you believe he really believes himself that he can really get back to this level? We've seen averages, like you say. When you look at the Premier League over a campaign, apparently he only went to 4 Players' Championships out of the first 16 and missed some Euros because he wanted to concentrate and it wasn't right for him on the big TV tournaments. It didn't happen. When you look at it, like I said, 5 matches in the entire Premier League was all he won, a minus 29 difference, 5 points off Dobie, like you said, in 7th place. Also, is going on this World Series. Yes, he got to the semi-finals and got smashed against Rob Cross at New South Wales one or whatever in the semi-finals. But the week before that, he lost to he lost to the New Zealand guy. I've just got it, you know, the Johnny Tater, who's a truck driver. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but Peter Wright, you would expect to go there and comfortably come through these matches.
Everyone has a bad spell. Everyone has a good spell. You know, I could, for instance, our matches, you beat me on the occasion, I beat you.
I beat you all the time.
But anyone can have a good game against somebody playing a bad game, so on and so on. Do I think he needs to get his mindset straight? Yeah. Do I think he's going to win 2024? Personally, no. But I do think he will become world number one again. Maybe 2025, maybe 2026. I am a massive Peter Wright fan. You know, I think he is fantastic. I love his throw. I love his style. But the whole point of it is he going to do it in the next year? I think he's got a tough road ahead. Unless he's somehow perfected something and he's got a set of darts he's happy with and that he's not going to change, he's going to stick with and build up with that set of darts. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not him. But I think he's got a chance. I'm hoping he doesn't drop out of the top 10. I'm hoping he stays up there. He's got all the potential there. As you know, when you're playing at home, you can hit absolutely everything. The moment you say game on, everything can go to pot. It could just be a case of that for Peter Wright at the moment.
Well, I'm going to step in and say right now, I don't think there's any way with the players that are coming through and how hungry they are, you know, like the likes of Luke Humphreys. I know Josh Rock's gone off the boil, but there's loads of youngsters there and thereabouts that are playing really well. Michael Smith's on it. MVG's up and down. I think that Peter Wright... I am a massive Peter Wright fan. Anybody that's seen this channel and seen it from the early days, I'm a Peter Wright fan. He lives about 20 miles up the road. Getting access to him is like gold dust. You know, I've never been able to chat to him. You cannot get anywhere near Peter Wright. It'd be great to actually meet him one of these times. That clearly isn't ever going to happen. But I am still a huge fan of his. But I think there's a time come when you have to be real about where you're at. And I think his performances... I think there was somewhere where he said about 70-odd averages. His performances aren't good enough. Is he going to stay in the world's top 10 in the league? Definitely. Is he going to be in more Premier Leagues? Yes. Is he going to go deep? Yes. But I don't see him with the talent around him right now. There's some statements here that we can have a look at. This is something that he's recently said. This is from the PDC article on the website. The practice is going brilliant. I'm just not producing on the stage at the moment, but it doesn't bother me because I know I can put it right. If I wasn't doing it in practice, then I would worry, but I'm hitting everything, so it's about transferring it to the stage, and then you will start seeing proper results and proper averages. They're his statements. I don't think he, hand on heart, believes it himself with the talent around. That's just what I'm saying.
No, I think he does. You've got to have the confidence to be able to play at that level. There's no point playing at that level if you don't think you can win.
No, I agree, but is that not like a footballer? You know, when you see people like Cristiano Ronaldo and all these footballers and tennis stars and Sampras in the days and that, and all them, everybody, time comes for everybody. And
yeah.
I'm not. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see Peter Wright get back to world number one. Who'd support him? I love the way he changed the darts. I like the way that he's a pantomime in darts. I like everything he do. His Mrs. Joe do all really cool stuff, and she's branded him. It's great. It's a show. But I'm just trying to be honest, and it's good that we've got different opinions. That's why we're on here to talk.
Yeah.
I just don't think even he believes he can become world number one again.
Yeah. See, we'll agree to disagree on that one. I do think he's got the confidence. He's definitely got the talent. And there's been players in the past, they've gone off the boil. They've disappeared out of the limelight. They've come back, absolutely smashed it, you know. But the thing with Peter Wright is his attitude that we see is he will go for it.
Yeah.
You know? For instance, you could have somebody on 210, he's left 170. He'll go for that 170.
He does believe in himself, 100%.
Because he'll always push it. And unfortunately, sometimes when you're pushing the boundary, you're going to have a bad spell. Hopefully that bad spell breaks. Obviously, it hasn't really broke for him yet. Will it? Yes. I think we've got some good games to see coming from him. Obviously, he hasn't got a lot to defend at the moment, so there's less pressure on him. Taking into account like Michael Smith and that, they've got a lot to defend, so they could easily drop down.
Has he not got a lot to defend from 2 years before, which is why potentially after the World he can drop?
I think he's got like the European one and stuff like that. I think he's got like two, possibly three.
Another statement another statement he said it just while we're on this. You said about him pushing boundaries and doing everything and believing in himself. Is saying that, you know, he does need to be playing regular. Maybe like dropping off some of these and not being competitive in all of them has backfired. He said when he gets back from Australia, he's going to be working himself into the ground. He's saying the standard is high, but I believe I can go higher. If I believe I can still go higher than everyone else, then what is the point of retiring? It's up to everyone else to stop me when I start hitting everything I want to. I should be able to defend these titles, and hopefully I will hardly move in the rankings. Next year, I've hardly got anything to defend. Maybe one European Tour and another European Tour final. That's all he has won. Michael Van Gerwen and Michael Smith have got to defend lots, so it's going to be between him, Geza and Luke Humphries fighting for who is going to be the world number one. So, as you say, he's got huge confidence he's going to do it.
Yeah. As he said, you know, when you're defending the top, it's hard to stay at the top. It's always better to chase it, you know, because if you've got a title and you lose it, you're going to drop. Whereas if you haven't got that title and you take it, that's a big jump.
100%.
You know? So, whether or not it is between him, Gezi, and Humphries, I'm not too sure. But he's got the potential. It'd be interesting to see how he does after Australia.
Yeah, 100%. But we've been here before. I've done a video 3 years ago, Wright and Peter Wright. I thought he'd gone there, and he come back and he put things right. I just think right now there has been a huge slump in his game. I don't think it's been as competitive. And I just think potentially it could be worrying times for him. You know, he's done amazing. He's 2 times world champion. He's won God knows how many television titles. He's got nothing to prove to anybody. He's come along, as I said, he's almost like a pantomime of darts. It's fun, it's cool, and long may it continue. But I'm not sure. But I also do think that the calendar for the PDC, personally, is too busy for a lot of the world's best players. When you've got a family and you know, it's well documented, Joe's not always in the best of health and different things like that, his wife, you know, you've got other things on your mind. And it's just like, you see the other players, you know, for the very, very top players, you've got the Players' Championships and you've got the TV tournaments and you've got the World Series of Darts, and it just goes on and on and on, you know. We've got the Grand Slam of Darts coming up. It's just crazy.
It's going to be a toll on anyone, you know. If he can get into a point and a mindset where he's got less to worry about and he can concentrate on his darts, then he's definitely going to improve. Anyone would, you know. The more you got to worry about, the more trouble you're going to have.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up here, Max.
I still think he's going to do something. Whether or not it's going to be 2024, I don't know.
Maybe 25, maybe 26.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just do another year and go out gracefully and retire.
No.
I knew he would say that. I'm only teasing. But listen, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, Max. Thank you for joining me. The questions to all you guys are, please leave your comments below. I want to know, you know, do you think that Peter Wright can become the world number one again in 2024, like he says, or even like Max says, 25 and 26? Has Peter Wright peaked? Has he had his best days? Is there something you guys know that we don't? What do you think about the equipment change? Has it become boring? Leave all your comments below. As always, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me and Max today on this topic about Peter Wright. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, keep smiling, and we'll catch you again soon with another hot topic. Take care, guys. Bye.